Welcome to the Backpack Wishes Podcast, a family-friendly show that is tips and tales with a sense of humor. With me today is the guy who runs from the back to the front of the line when a new lane opens up at the grocery store, Jesse Manti. How's it going?
I'm doing well, and with me today is the most baffling man, baffling in his critique of how he grades everyone. No one understands his grading, but he does, and it's baffling.
Okay. And so even when I grade you well, like last time, you're like, I don't know.
It's true. You gave me an A, and you know what, Carl? That was baffling. It was baffling. I was baffled. You saw me. I was like, whoa, you gave me an A. Baffling. So nobody understands it.
Maybe after, like, having enough data, you can figure it out, but I feel like it's pretty straightforward.
I don't think anyone can figure you out, Carl.
Probably true. Okay. Speaking of baffling, we got baffling rookie mistakes you might be making. These are things that, whether you're new or whether you're experienced, you might still be making these on the trail. So, yeah, what's a backpacking mistake it took you a while to fix?
Yeah, this one's controversial, but it's not bringing dessert. I don't think you need to bring dessert every single time, but I went backpacking with a friend, and the first few times he went backpacking, after our meals, he'd pull out like a backpacker's pantry chocolate cheesecake or backpacker's pantry creme brulee, and I always like mocked him for bringing those, but there I would be sitting, it's cold, I'm tired, and he's eating this delicious dessert.
Yeah.
After about 3 times backpacking, I think it was my 3rd or 4th backpacking trip, I finally was like, I'm bringing dessert. And
you gotta bring it.
I've never gone back.
Yeah, I think that only works if you've had a big day on the trail, whether it's miles, elevation gain, or both. Because if you haven't burned the calories and then you put down a meal, there's times where I don't even need like a full dehydrated meal because, I don't know, like it's just like I haven't put in the miles that day. So if you put in a lot of miles, then having the meal plus the dessert is big time. Otherwise, you're just stuffing yourself, right?
There is always room for dessert. That's my opinion. There's always room for dessert. I will make a way. Okay. I will hollow out my leg. But no, I do agree. I don't bring a dessert for every night. I will usually look at the days ahead and bring like 1 or 2 desserts for like a 4 or 5 day backpacking trip.
So if you're like, today was an easy day, I'm actually not that hungry, will you forego the meal and then eat the dessert instead?
No, no, I won't do that for nutrition reasons. But I have thought about it. I have thought about it because I've been like, I want this dessert, but I know I need the food.
Right. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Do you bring desserts?
Periodically. It's got to be. It's weird because like I don't want to bring it. If it's a hard trip, I don't want to bring them because I don't want to bring the weight. But then I want them on the trip. So it's kind of like it has to be kind of the right balance, I suppose.
Why it's a rookie mistake not to bring it. You bring it. You bring it.
Okay.
So, don't skimp on food. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm not as crazy as Rocky, but don't skimp on food.
Don't skip on food. All right, fair enough. Bible verse the episode, Matthew 7:1. Judge not that you be not judged. Are we judging others here in this episode? What's going on here?
Yep, totally.
Okay.
Totally judging and critiquing, and I'll be pulling out some planks from your eye, and you'll be dealing with the specks in mine, because I'm that not baffling. No, I'm just joking.
I hope we're just sharing unsolicited wisdom, as I think what it boils down to. If you're doing some of these things and you're like, no, this is the right way, then keep, like, if that makes you happy, keep doing it.
I just love that that's what you call it. Unsolicited wisdom. Whenever you critique someone, it's like, no, I'm not judging you. I'm just giving you unsolicited wisdom.
Wait a second. Is it unsolicited? They clicked on this episode. Is it unsolicited?
Oh, that's a good point.
They asked for it.
So we're judging you, but you chose to be judged. So deal with it.
Let's be honest. There are some rookies that really want to learn from this episode, but the rest of us are here to make sure that we're not like doing things that are on the list. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I think there's rookie mistakes we're all like lingering on, that little bad habits that have been following us along the trail. And maybe 1 or 2 of these you'll hear and they'll think, yeah, I should probably change my habits.
Yeah. Or 20% of you are hoping that something you do is on the list just so you can be indignant about it and then get mad at Jesse because he mentioned it.
Mad, angry comments. I'm here for it, baby.
Correct. Correct. Okay. This episode is brought to you by the gear company that won't be a mistake, Enlighten Equipment. Check out the best mistake-free gear at enlightenequipment.com. How do we know people are making these mistakes? Where are we getting this information, Jesse?
Because I am judging them on the trail as I walk by their campsites and see these horrible mistakes. But yeah, I mean, see them on the trail, don't you?
I see them on the trail. That's probably like number one. I also, when I talk to the people about backpacking, which happens to be quite a bit, some people will just share some of the interesting things they do, or whether it's just, on like Facebook groups and things that people are just talking about. So, yeah.
Yeah. And the other one is, to be fair, some of these are the people that I backpack with, and some of them I'm sure have both you and me in the past mistakes we've made.
Yeah. And then if I'm being real about it too, like most of these are things Derek does. So
he is the research for this episode.
Yeah, not really. I think he's got one of mine on my list. All right. You go first, my friend. What you got? Number 1.
Yeah, so mine is controversial, and there's some people who are going to be pushing back, but it's a rookie mistake. I think it's something that people need to learn to move past, and it is taking their shoes off for every stream crossing. You don't need to do it. Walk through it. Get wet. Your feet will dry, and if they don't, that's okay. Like, have a good pair of comfortable trail runners and move on.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I'm going to get some hate
You're
on that.
You're asking for it.
Oh, I know. I remember. So can I give the background to this? So my first ever backpacking trip, Carl, first ever trip, I had got a pair of boots, had broken them in, was ready to wear them. And I get to the trailhead with my buddy. We open up the trunk. His boots are in the trunk. My boots aren't. I had forgotten to pack them. All I had was my driving running shoes. And I was like, well, we're not going 4 hours back. So I hiked my first ever backpacking trip in one of the most comfortable pair of running shoes that I ever had. They had no grip whatsoever. Fortunately, it wasn't too risky of a trail. Great. Not a problem. Not a single blister. Not a problem. Next backpacking trip, I brought my boots. I was like, I got to wear my boots. I got to do this.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Wear the boots. And took them off. Oh, yeah. And because I had the runners, I had heard like Darwin and other people talking about just walking through the streams with your runners. And I was like, I'm going to try that. I did that entire first hike. It was wonderful. The second time, I had my boots. I had to take off my shoes, put on my shoes back on, take off my shoes, put my shoes back on.
Right.
I had more blisters that trail than I have ever had ever since in all my, because I was a hiker before I was a backpacker, never had so many blisters. So I am opposed to the idea that you got to take your shoes off and stream crossings to not get blisters, because I got blisters when I did that.
Now you're adding the caveat of, in order to avoid blisters, the first thing you said was that you have to take them off, which I think is the core issue here. And just to give some more backstory about what Jesse's talking about is, so Jesse's from Canada, and Canada strangely hasn't invented the stream bridge yet. So it's like when you're like, why do you have so many, like, why is this even an issue? Why not just like walk over the bridge or walk over the makeshift logs? Because they don't have those there, apparently.
It's called the backcountry, Carl. We're just like the Wild West out here. It's natural. Right. We just like walk through it. But yeah, it's true. There are so few bridges up here, like other than on the really popular trails.
And with this answer, behind the scenes, he's trying to get me worked up, because there was a moment on the last trip that we went on where we were hiking literally in a stream that was like coming out of the lake that we were trying to get to. And Jesse's like, we can just hike in the stream up to the lake. We don't need to hike on the nicely groomed trail alongside the stream. Just stay in the water, folks. Like, he's not talking to me. He's talking to everybody, like 8 members of our group, suggesting to do this. And I was like, and then meanwhile, Justin Outdoors, who was with us, is like hiking on the groomed trail on the side. I'm like, what is happening here? What world are we living in? And so he's trying to get a reaction, and it worked. You got a reaction out of me.
I did. It's because I did not know there was a groomed trail there originally. I was like, there is no groomed trail. Let's just walk on through. Because last time I had done that trail, I didn't find the groomed trail. It was like just through the creek. That was the best, easiest way. You guys found the groomed trail, but then I was sticking to my guns. I was walking up through the creek.
Yeah, I'm going to give you like a C- on this answer here, since you want to be graded. Because here's the thing, is that if there's a lot of the places we go, like if there's opportunities to basically get over the stream or the crossing without taking your shoes off, take it. If you have periodic crossings where it's, where you have to take your shoes off, I think it's worth taking your shoes off. It's fine to take a break. If you have like a lot of stream crossings that don't have bridges, then I get what you're saying. Then I probably just plow through.
I just like the feeling of cold water on my feet and my shoes, and I actually have come to appreciate it. I think it's a rookie mistake. Yep, but that's my opinion. Moving on.
I think it also matters what footwear you're bringing. I think that's a big issue with this one.
Yeah, if you're in boots, you almost have to, which is kind of like almost part 2 of this one, is stop bringing boots.
Interesting first answer. All right, the first one I've got. So number 2,
I'm gonna get the
number
hate.
2 on the list is, where are you putting your wallet? A surprising number of people will backpack with their wallet in their shorts, like or in the back of their pants or in a fanny pack or something where it can easily get lost. I actually talked to a buddy who was early on in his backpacking career, and he hit in like a snowy section and had to glissade down. And thankfully, he was the first one to go because his buddy behind him glissaded down and picked up the wallet that he left on the snowfield because it fell out of his back pocket. And he's not the only person I've seen do this, by the way.
Yeah. No, that is good advice. You're right. And like along with wallet, keys, car keys, I have almost seen car keys lost. I have almost lost my car keys because they were in my pocket.
I've seen it happen. It
is.
The fanny pack.
You get to your car and all of a sudden realize 3 days back is probably where you lost your key. Horrible nightmare solution.
Where do you put your keys? Where do you put your wallet?
I actually have in my hip belt pocket a little like hook, like a mini plastic carabiner, and I have like a little Ziploc bag taped to that plastic carabiner. Put my wallet and my keys. Well, I don't have to bring my full wallet. I just bring my ID and one MasterCard just in case.
Right.
And then my key right in there.
And I don't want to carry that weight, so I do the hide a key, and then I also will put the wallet. I'll like hide it in my, like, you know where you have like the spare tire thing, like underneath that panel, like the secret panel. Oh,
interesting.
Yeah.
So you don't actually bring it with you on the trail?
I'll bring, if I'm doing like a really long trip where we might actually be doing, where we might need like a credit card, like I'll have an ID and a credit card with me, but I'm not bringing my full wallet with like all the receipts and stuff.
Yeah. I recommend everyone always brings their ID with them because that's how missing John Does and Jane Does happen, is that they find somebody who's been missing, they find somebody who's had an accident, and they have no idea how to contact their loved ones, and for years it can go missing where it's just some random person missing. And
so you want to bring your ID for when you die on the trail, is what
you're
saying.
Basically on a happy note, just
at that point it doesn't really matter, but for sure. So like, and I would recommend bringing like an old, I don't know, like an old work badge or an expired badge. You don't have to bring your driver's license.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah.
All right. Next one, number 3. What you got?
This is one that I've hiked with so many people who get this wrong, and it just irks me. But it's a hard lesson to learn. It is a hard lesson, and it is start cold. In the military, I have a friend who just joined the military. They say step off cold. I'd also add to that hike wet. And what I mean by that is every time it happens, you leave camp, it's cold in the morning, you put on your jacket, you put on an extra layer of pants, you're like, oh, it's cold, and you get hiking, and like 10 minutes later, we're stopping for everyone in the party to undress because now they're hot and sweaty. You just got to push through those 10 minutes of being a little colder. You'll warm up. I mean, don't get hypothermia, but just like start cold, step off cold. And same with getting wet. Like every time it rains, I remember on my through hike, I hiked with a couple, amazing couple, but like every time it started drizzling, like just a drizzle, rain jacket, rain pants, everything came off, everything went back on. 10 minutes later, rain had stopped, rain jacket off, pants off, and I'm like, just like, it was 10 minutes. It's fine. Just push through it.
I think the people that are like actually rookies that are trying to listen in on this, and then they're hearing things like start cold, start wet, hike through it. I think they've already clicked off at this point. They've clicked off. They're like,
tough it out.
This sounds miserable. Why do I want to go backpacking? I think there's a happy medium, right? So you don't want to get over bundled. I mean, if it's really cold outside and eventually you're going to get warmed up, I'm fine to do that 10 minutes down the trail. Now, if you're talking about like you've got a larger group and then everybody's doing that, there's always going to be 2 to 3 people that take half an hour to, reset up their outfit. So I get what you're saying there, but that's why I bring arm sleeves, is because if like arm sleeves are the happy medium. I've got like the thermal ones by Pearl Izumi, and then if I get too warm, I can just take them off while I'm hiking, so it's not that big of a deal.
It is. Those are a pretty great happy medium. I just think it's something that's like, listen, it's 5 to 10 minutes of a little bit of discomfort, and in 5 to 10 minutes, you're not going to notice it. But as a rookie, you think like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable. That discomfort's going to stay with me, and it's like, it's not. It's a rookie mistake. Get through it. Hike cold. And like I said, it's baffling because I see so many experienced hikers doing the same thing. And they have not clued in that in 5 minutes, you're going to be overheating. You're going to be hot. You're going to be taking it all off.
Especially if you're going uphill, you're climbing a pass or whatever.
Oh, pretty much anything.
As you're talking, I'm like, does it really take that long? So I'm wondering, I kind of want to do a challenge. Like the next time, if I'm wearing, so typically what I would wear would be like a rain jacket and my rain pants as like just like a kind of outer shell layer to trap in the warmth. I'm hiking with those 2 things on specifically. Now I'm overheated. I want to take off mainly just those 2 things. I feel like I take the pack off, I can get the jacket and the pants off. I'm going to say in under a minute and a half, back in the pack, and I'm hiking again. Does that sound right?
Maybe. For an experienced backpacker who's really time conscious like you are, you're going to do that. I think for most people, it's like they've got to find where they're going to stash their rain pants and roll them all up and stash their jacket back in. You probably all just shove that on the outside of your pack, right?
Yeah, because it's like I want it accessible in case it rains.
But so many people, it's like they've got their pack so organized, they will like, oh, it's got to go there. I have to have it accessed.
You think they're going to fold it?
Fold it nicely. It's a moment to sit down and take a break. And they think about their snacks and if they want to get a snack. And look, you've literally been hiking for 10 minutes. I've seen it happen. 10 minutes in, and you're re-snacking your little bag stash. Like just hike cold, hike wet for just a few minutes.
I think at that point, if you're the trip leader, I think it's okay to scold them at that point. Be like, what are you doing? We just were in camp. You just had breakfast. I think just using that tone exactly.
These are the conversations I have with myself when I'm hiking solo. Yeah, it's like, come on, Jesse.
Kind of coaxing yourself a little bit.
You're pathetic. You're pathetic. You knew this 10 minutes ago. Why'd you put that jacket on?
That's right. All right, number 4, I've got buying trash food.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I believe in eating some junk food on the trail because you're going to be burning through that as you hike, especially if you're doing a harder trip. Mm-hmm. But I have there's healthy food, then you got it can kind of go either way, then you got junk food, and then below the junk food is the trash food. Mm. So here's what I'm talking about trash food. I'm talking about food that's like it's not like some chemicals mixed in or some corn syrup mixed in. It's like all chemicals.
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts is on my list. Yes, Pop-Tarts. And you know what? They actually made, somebody sent this to me, they made a protein Pop-Tart. That's still trash food, folks. It's not healthy now. Okay, so there's Pop-Tarts, and then, so that's number 1, and then Spam is number 2. I think those are 2 things that are common backpacker foods that I would put in the trash food category. You can do better than that.
I'm going to give you a D on this because I love bringing those things. But I will admit, I think the long distance trail really ruined me on that because on a long distance trail, you can eat anything. You could be putting Cheetos in your mouth all day,
Jesse's
every day.
Under 40, folks, so keep that in mind.
No, I mean, it's true. Talk to thru hikers. But it's ruined me because now on every backpacking trip, a little overnighter, I'm like, oh, I got to bring a Pop-Tart and some Spam, and I don't burn those calories. I'm like, my calorie deficit does not get that high. So, but I love it. It's part of the fun of backpacking. It's good food.
That's what I said. Junk food good, trash food bad. That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were going to go with the kind of another angle of your overall meal. Getting the cheapest, the worst little meals versus getting something like a peak refuel meal, a good meal that people are excited to eat. Because there's nothing worse than sitting down and being like, oh, I have to make my ramen and I'm not really looking forward to ramen versus I've got sweet and sour pork.
Right. That's a good point. No, I just wanted to rile people up because people, I don't know that they'll defend the Pop-Tarts as much. I haven't really picked on Pop-Tarts before, so maybe they will. But people defend the Spam to the death. They're like, Spam is one of the best backpacking foods out there, and I've backpacked for 30 years and haven't had Spam a single time, and I'm satisfied.
You're missing out. You are missing out.
I don't think so.
Spam tastes different in the backcountry. That is all I can say. I don't like it at home. In the backcountry, tastes amazing.
D on that one.
Oh,
D.
man.
Okay,
yeah.
What you got?
The next one I've got is, again, kind of controversial, and it's bringing too much water. And I know you and I agree on this one, Carl. I don't think I'd go as far as you do, but I think it's a baffling rookie mistake. I know I've hiked with people who have 3 liters in their backpack in a bladder. They've got a water bottle with another liter in it, and then they've got another little water bottle that's 500 meters, and they're packing they're packing through the desert. And most places that you're backpacking through aren't going to be like that. You can probably get by with just 1 liter of water. Sure, you might need a second bottle that maybe you have in case there's a distance between water sources, but you can fill up less water in your pack than you think you need.
We'll always have some water on me, but if there's streams ahead and I can confirm that, then I'm probably going to have half a liter or less.
Yeah. No, I agree. And last trip that I went on, me and my buddy found this. He was thinking about not filtering his water, and we walk up the stream, and we're in not maybe the highest of the high country, we're not quite alpine, but we're just subalpine, and so it's pretty crystal clear water up there. And and we walk through this creek, and there's literally a pile of elk turds just in the water in the middle of this little stream that's bubbling down. And he literally was like, I'm so glad that I filtered my water back there. I don't know actually if we ended up getting water, but I think he used it as an example. He was like, see, this is water. This is water that you don't need to filter. And then we walked through like elk turds in the stream just up the way. So
I don't want to drink elk turd water for sure. But let's say that you're, I don't know, like a mile downstream from that. Wouldn't that the turd juice like be so dispersed that it's not going to cause giardia? I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
That's the new product you're going to sell? Turd juice.
Elk turd juice.
By Backpacking in Blisters turd juice.
Toughen yourself up. Toughen up your immune system before you go.
No, I mean, you're right. Like realistically, elk, it's probably fine, but I'm still gonna filter. I'm happy knowing that I filtered.
That's a good one. I'm gonna give you an A on that one.
Okay, I'll take it. Woohoo!
Number 6, I've got stuff sacks, and this is an issue that I had. I would say probably up until last summer.
Really?
So I've done this issue. I mean, to some extent, like I've kind of been on and off, and so now I'm just like I'm out on stuff sacks for 2 reasons. First of all, I can shave half a pound or more simply by not bringing stuff sacks. I'm talking about sleeping bags, sleeping pads, pillows. One of the heaviest ones is really the chair stuff sack. But if you cut out all these stuff sacks, then you're cutting out, again, at least half a pound.
Half a pound. Have you measured that? That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, have you measured or have you weighed the chair stuff sack? Those things are like
no, and
those are like thick, canvasy, heavy.
You could cut out weight just by not bringing the chair too. I mean, just saying.
Whoa, mind blown.
Sorry.
Learn it here first, folks.
The stuff sack, so a half a pound. That's crazy.
Okay, now you're challenging me. I'm gonna weigh this for a future episode, but I think that if you count up all the stuff sacks I just mentioned, yeah, you're talking. And I know some stuff sacks are very, they're thinner, but if you include the chair one, if you include all of the stuff sacks of all the things you stuff in there, that might even include like a clothing sack or a food sack, or like we got getting into the bag area as well. Like definitely, I think absolutely it can be half a pound.
I'm gonna give you a weight of what I think your total stuff sack weight is.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to tell me whether or not I'm right or wrong in the future episode. I think that your total stuff pack weightage is gonna be like 180 grams. I don't know what that is in ounces, but 180 grams, which is less than a pound, half a pound.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
Either way, you're shaving useless weight and you're also saving time. So like I'll just stuff my sleeping bag into the bottom of my pack inside my nylon bag, and so I'm just stuffing it once. I'm not stuffing it into the stuff sack and then stuffing it in my backpack. Same thing. I just roll up my pad. I'm not like that's like the hardest thing to get in the stuff sack is that dang sleeping pad. So I'm just putting that in my backpack. I'm just literally just putting everything in. I don't need the stuff sacks, and so I'm saving time and weight. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I'm out on stuff sacks as well, and I do agree they are a great way to shave weight. And yeah, like you said, it's efficiency. It's just everything almost fits better and has its place better if it doesn't have its little stuff sack. Like you could just fit things around each other better rather than having to have this like Nalgene bottle size sleeping pad. Like I lay mine flat. I fold it into like a square, and it's on the flat bottom of my backpack. Fits perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very, yeah.
A. Sorry, I should just say A. Got it.
All right. That's number 6. Number 7, what you got?
I've got a common baffling mistake that beginners make and newbies or experienced backpackers are still making is bringing too much toilet paper. Too much toilet paper. I know people who have pooping fear, and they bring, I'm not even joking, like 2 full rolls of toilet paper. I've
never seen somebody with 2 full rolls. Never.
I've seen it. I have seen it. And even not just like my buddy Tyler, he literally brings 2 rolls of toilet paper all the time. And crazy. He even uses 2 rolls. He's actually showed me before. Oh, I'm one, and I'm like, you need some wiping techniques. Somebody needs to teach you something.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be that person.
Nope, I'm out. Even a full roll, and I see so many people start out their 3-day, 4-day backpacking trip with a full roll of toilet paper, and it's 9 times out of 10 too much.
Okay. I think if you know you have that person in your group, what you do is you just don't bring any. And then every time you got to go, you just use theirs because they're carrying it for you at this point, right?
I think there was actually one point where I'm trying to remember where it was, but he had to go off trail, so he was leaving early, and I was continuing on. And I always bring like a quarter of a toilet paper or like half at max, and I was running low. So he did give me like an extra roll, like half-used roll of his toilet paper because he brought 2, and I continued on. So yeah, it's a good thing to mooch off of for sure.
It is. So overbring, I totally agree with you on this one. The other thing, though, is that it's really hard to dial in exactly how much you need to bring because you don't want to overbring.
It's okay, but like it's really not hard. This is something you do every day, folks, okay?
Yeah, but your body behaves differently. It's going to the bathroom differently outside.
You're doing estimates. You're just doing an estimate. So you're
literally,
so like start out with a toilet paper at the beginning of your week, whatever, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. See roughly how much is left after like 3 days of normal home use. Yeah, you might need a little bit more than that, and you'll be surprised how much you, like, that's all you need. That's all you need to do to figure this out, folks.
I think 50% are on board. The other half are like me. They're like, I don't want to pay attention to that.
Hey, it'll help you save those weights. It's a baffling mistake.
I don't have it fully dialed in. What I do is like I err on the side of like I think this is enough, and I might be under bring a little bit, but then I also know about certain plants and things out there that can suffice basically in the area that we're going, and I'm always paying attention to what axes I have out there. So that's my backup.
I do have a backup. Yeah, I always have the like little dehydrated tab like cloths. Yeah. And those are like my backup. So I always have a few of those. So if I run out, it's like, whatever, I have a backup. But
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8. People think their backpacking trip is over when they get to the car. And technically your adventure side is, but your backpacking chores are not. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen people make, including one of the co-hosts on the Backpacking Bushers podcast, is your tent is wet. On the last day of the trip, you had to pack it up because you're hiking out. You get home and you leave it packed up for more than a couple days. It's just sitting there wet inside whatever it's the stuff sack, whatever, however you're storing it, or just even simply rolled up like my tent. It's just sitting there and it's collecting mildew and it's wrecking your tent, and then it's damaging your tent to the point where you can't use it anymore. Not airing out your tent within like a day or two of returning is the rookie mistake.
Yeah. No, that is a rookie mistake, and I am so guilty of this. And it's not just the tent. Like, it's the backpack in general, like unpacking and storing your backpack. I have made the mistake of thinking that I've gotten like 1 or 2 things out that I'm like, oh, that needs to dry out, and then leaving everything else in my backpack for like a month, and then pulling it out and finding like, oh, I forgot to take my garbage bag out, and now it's just like a big bag of mold, or my pot. I didn't dry out my pot.
Wait, that's disgusting.
Oh, I make this mistake. I need to learn this because it is disgusting. So definitely.
There's some gear that's like annoying to deal with after the trip. You're like, I don't want to stink and like roll up my tent again or deal with all that stuff. So I totally get it. I kind of like unpacking though. I'm like, oh yeah, look at all this stuff I've used and kind of reflecting back on the trip. It's kind of fun for me, except for the tent part.
Yeah. No, not me. I'm one of those people who like throws it on the couch in my office and it just sits there, and I usually regret that decision.
Well, there you go. So now we got 2 co-hosts that have made that mistake. Don't be like them. Okay, I think I definitely made the mistake in my early days, but yeah, I hate that mildew smell. So, all right, number 9.
This is a pro tip, and that is, it doesn't affect every campsite. But when you're camping and you know you have to dig a cat hole, dig your cat hole. So the baffling mistake is not digging your cat hole the night before. That's the mistake that rookies make, even experienced backpackers make. Dig your cat hole the night before so that, first of all, if in the middle of the night something happens and you got to go use it, it's done. All you have to do is get a flashlight, find your cat hole, you're good to go. Also, first thing in the morning, you're good to go. Bada boom, bada bing. It solves so many problems. Am I wrong, Carl?
Yes. I hate doing that because when I go to the bathroom, I'm like going to go off into the wilderness on a journey that's going to take me to the far reaches of the planet, away from as many people as possible. And I don't want to make that journey twice off trail or have to find it the next day off trail. So I'm not pre-digging. Like, this is not, you're like solving a problem. It's not even a problem.
It is a problem.
If you have diarrhea and it's an emergency, like, I get it. But outside of that, you can take a moment and stick and dig the hole.
No, man. First of all, like the biggest thing is nighttime. Nighttime pooping is the worst when you're like, because you wake up, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you think you're doing 6 inches deep and 6 inches wide or whatever it has to be when you are exhausted and it's 3 a.m. and there's wolves howling in the background.
Who's going to the bathroom number 2 at 3 a.m.? Is that you?
It happens. It happens
Not
sometimes. Doesn't happen often.
Okay.
The other thing is like for me, morning comes and like my body is like, it is time to go now. And so it's just so nice knowing like I got my spot, just got to go find it. Bada boom, bada bing.
Second issue with this scenario here is you're not the first person to wake up in the morning. Somebody else wakes up ahead of you and is like, look at this. There's a pre-dug hole for me, and uses your hole.
No, it has yet to happen because like you, I will like go off into the distance in some place that only I know. Like, I mean, what are the chances that literally another backpacker, somebody from your party is like, I'm going to the exact spot that you dug your hole? Like this.
For me, the chances are 90%. That's the kind of stuff that happens to me all the stinking time.
I have actually announced I think I did this when we went backpack. I announced to everyone, I was like, everyone, there's a hole dug behind that tree. Don't use it.
Well, as we know, people like to follow me when I'm going back to the bathroom, specifically my other co-host, Derek, and I think this is if this makes you happy, and if you frequently wake up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, then apparently this is solving a problem for you. Or if you frequently have diarrhea when you're out on the trail, great. But I think this is not solving a problem.
You have just described like probably 70% of the backpackers out there. Okay, I just want to
let us know who's right, who's wrong on this one. Like, and I don't want to know like that you do this just to prevent it, but that this actually solves a problem. You know, when you do something to like prevent something from happening, but that thing never actually happens, that's not evidence. So does it actually solve a problem?
It solves a problem. Out of a sample size
I'm asking everybody else out there. You already
out
said
of a
that
sample size of 2 of us, okay? It solves 50% of the people's problem, okay?
Okay. Well, my last one, my number 10, I don't want to keep on talking about the pooping stuff, so I got to go with a different one here. I'm going to go...
I want to know what your pooping one was now.
It was just about going to the bathroom everywhere. So that was just about like...
That's your recommendation? Go to the bathroom everywhere.
Correct. No. I just like when okay. So this is not my final one. Like honorable mention, going to the bathroom in places like Jess and I were just describing. So when I've gone to like camp spots where they've gone to the bathroom literally like right next to the camp spot. There's like the toilet paper like coming out of the ground. Or I've been with people that don't, and I've actually made this mistake a few times where you're unclear where the trail's going. So you think you're going perpendicular to the trail, but then the trail winds around. So you're going in full sight of the trail. I don't know. And sometimes I'm like looking at the map. I'm like, the trail, it says it's not bending back here, but the trail just bent back and it's like right inside of me. And so anyway, just making like double, triple sure you're out of range of the trail.
There's some word choice in that last honorable mention. That's just golden. But yeah, anyway, I hear you.
The last one is the mapping app. So I think that these are helpful, and different apps do different things and they just have different tools. I don't know that there's like one that does everything great, but if that's the only thing you're using for navigation is just like the app, then I think that's a mistake. I think it's a baffling rookie mistake. I think either you want to have somebody else with a physical map, you want to have like screenshots of a map, you want to just have it in more than one place is my suggestion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Mildly on board with that one.
No, because I'm like reflecting on myself because I do really rely on digital maps. But you're right. Like I have multiple apps that have different maps. I will usually screenshot, and then I have like I have the Garmin. So like if worst comes to worst, I have the Garmin app is one of the apps, and then I use another app. So right. I guess I have like what I've often heard people say is like, what happens if your phone dies? If your phone dies, you don't have those screenshots, you don't have those different apps. So I kind of am like mostly on board with you.
Talk yourself into that one.
Yeah, I think so. Having multiple, because if one app crashes out, have you ever had that happen though? Again, is this a problem?
Where like people drop their phones in the stream, or where app doesn't work, or like you think you've downloaded the maps on the app, but really you've just been using the data, and now you're in a spot without data. Yes, things like that have happened for sure.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Okay, I'll give it like a B.
Okay, fair. I'll take it.
B plus.
I'll take it. Well, again, that's my backup one. All right, so there you go. You got 10 baffling rookie mistakes you might be making. We're baffled about some of the mistakes we ourselves have made in the past as well. So
I'm baffled by some of the mistakes I'm still making, Carl.
correct.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Yeah. Do you like them? Do you disagree, agree, or did we miss them that you think should be on the list? So we've got the Backpacking Magazine support line coming up right after this. All right. The Backpacking Magazine support line is brought to you by Magnet Designs, the American-made brand that is tested by a legit thru hiker. Check out the Monarch Sun hoodie with interior thumb holes and a better hood that all comes with UPF 50 protection by Googling Magnet Designs.
When you're having trouble on the trail, call the Backpacking Magazine support line.
You are in the middle of the backcountry when unpredictable weather conditions hit. A windstorm sweeps through the area with gusts approaching or exceeding gale force. You can see no more than 30 feet in front of you due to the rain, mist, and fog. Your hiking partner slips when descending down from a summit and face plants into a glacier. They begin to see black spots, feel dizzy, and are bleeding profusely from their nose. You are completely exposed with the closest shelter 7 miles away and no trees or rock overhangs in sight. Zach, a.k.a. Stats, wants to know, what do you do, Jesse?
Well, Stats, the answer is simple. You need to get off those Hollywood sets. You are backpacking right where they're filming, and that's a problem. And I know you want to go big. You want to be famous. You want to be a star. I hear you, but get into the real world, Stats. Backpack on trails with your buddy away from the cameras, and you won't have such dramatic situations. Trust me.
And Zach, I would just say press the red button and hope that one or two of you makes it out alive.
Thanks for calling the support line.
Okay, so the only tidbit I've got for this episode is I've got an update from last month. The multi-tool glove. I didn't make a big deal about, like, on that episode that I put it on eBay, but I did put the link in the show description. And Jonathan from Indiana won the multi-tool glove on eBay. Do you know, Jesse, how much it sold for?
That is impressive. You are officially a gear manufacturer now,
right.
Carl. That is goals. I'm going to say, I almost thought about putting a bid on it, but I didn't. I'm going to say it went for $11.
Okay, pretty dang close. It was $10, and that's including shipping. So, like, it was like $6 to ship, and there's like almost $2 in eBay fees, and then and then you're talking like I typically will donate 10% of anything I sell on eBay to like Samaritan's Purse. So there's $1 there. So in the end, I probably made, with the material supply cost, I probably made it like negative $2.
Yeah, there you go. Negative $2. You are a success, my friend.
That's right.
A successful businessman.
That's right. If you want business advice, please hit us up, and we can maybe even roll that into the backpacking support line. So
Backpacking in business. That's what they're changing the name to.
That's right. All right. Well, hopefully these rookie mistakes helped you become a better backpacker or maybe even a better person. You got anything else?
I got nothing.
And remember, folks, if you think the castle piece in chess moves diagonally, that is a rookie mistake. Have a great week and God bless.
Okay, B&B, what's going on? It's Rock. And hey,
Thanks again for all the prayers for Jennifer. She's continuing to steadily improve. Along this path, we've met more people that need prayer and stuff like this. So I'm sending this out to you guys because I know you're praying for her. And this is, when I hear this on an upcoming episode, it'll remind me to pray for Jennifer and for all these other people that we've met along the way that are dealing with tough stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I know some of you are dealing with tough stuff and got some prayer requests going up for B&B people. Just wanted to thank you guys for the prayers, and just let you know too that, by God's grace, it looks like we're going to be able to get somebody to really continue to help Jennifer navigate through all the stuff she's having to still deal with, like all the stuff that she still can't do right now that it's been almost 10 months after the stroke. There's still a ton of stuff she can't do. And obviously that can get frustrating. We're really praying about that God would provide somebody. For those of you praying, if you could just pray that the Lord leads us to the right person that could just be that sounding board for Jennifer, that would be great. Love you, B&B.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.